All right, guys. Here's what we're going to be doing today. This is a project, and it's going to take you probably. I'm going to give you guys some time to complete this because it is a pretty lengthy. So in Google Sheets, what we're going to call this is the NFL for the National Football League. Well, I almost forgot. First, your period. So whatever period you're in. This is third. So third period NFL playoff. We'll just call it NFL playoffs. Now, in the playoffs for whatever sport, there's always a bracket, they call it. All right. And so if I Google NFL playoff bracket 2021 here and click here on, let's say, sportingnews.com, let's see that. There should be a breakdown of the playoffs and how they're turning out. Okay, I don't have a bracket. I'm looking for a bracket, so let me go back. And my computer's making a funny noise. I think it's the water cooler. And so if you pick that up in the mic, I'm sorry about that. All right, let's see this. NFL playoff schedule, brackets, dates, and times. I think this might be a video, though. And I'm sorry. So I'll just do it the way I used to do it. Just go to images. And when you go to images for playoff brackets, you'll see that they have all of these really cool things. Some of them are real fancy, like this one right here. And it tells you who played who's going to play who, and how it's going. And actually, this one right here is actually updated. This is the actual one that is correct. So the reason why I showed you that is because if you know nothing about football, is this assignment might be a little bit more difficult for you. You have to put in a little more work, but this picture right here shows it all. These are the teams. If you don't know the teams by their helmets, it might be a little difficult for you. So let me show you one that's the same thing, but rather than the logos, it's going to have the names. So you can compare with this. All right, so here's the thing. Here it is. So you can take those two and cross-reference them. Okay, so that way you know, okay, that's a Buffalo helmet, that's a Kansas City helmet, and so on. Well, actually, this one has Buffalo and Kansas reversed. But anyways, you'll get through it. My students always have done this just fine. You'll be fine. So what we're going to do is recreate this playoff bracket in Google Sheets. So to do that, you're going to create your brackets. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight 8 cells. I'm actually going to start from number 4 to give space for some pictures or logos or whatever. So I'm going to highlight 8, and I'm going to come here to my borders. And what I want is a line on the top, the right, and the bottom. And what that does is it gives us this. And then what I'll do is I'll come here, and depending on whether you have your mouse here or here is going to depend on how you put your line. So here I'm going to align on the bottom. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to give a couple spaces, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, and maybe just 3. And I'll highlight my 8 cells again, and I'm going to go again, top, right, bottom. Come here. And I'm recreating that whole brackets. Now, there is something in the NFL they have called the wild card. Let's try to not even worry about that. So one thing you can also do here, well, might be a little difficult, but I know the Kansas City Chiefs played, right? So I Googled the Kansas City Chiefs helmet, and I found this image. So I'm going to insert that image now. And I'm not sure if the Kansas City Chiefs played here. You're going to have to look at the actual schedule, but I'm going to pretend they did. And I'm going to go to insert image over cells. And now I'm going to upload an image. I'm going to browse my device. Okay, and I'm going to go to my downloads. And right here we have the Kansas City Chiefs helmet. And it should pop up. Good. Now I'm going to make this smaller. And we're going to put this helmet into place. Okay, so there's one. Now, if the Kansas City, if they won, that's easy because you can just I think I can copy and paste this image. No? What if I click on it and press Control C? And then I come over here and press Control V. Yep, that works. So then we're going to come here. Now you can get as fancy with this as possible. Actually, I would recommend starting lower so we can fit some stuff on the top. So I'm going to right click on the number 1 here and insert 1 above. And insert 1 above. And give myself some more space. And this is going to flow pretty well. If you think that this is too, and it might be, maybe we just needed 1 instead of going for the 8. Maybe all we needed was 4. But I'm going to let you guys do your own artistic feel on this. Whatever you feel is going to look good. And then you're finally going to end up with the whole bracket. And up here, I want you to title it. I'm going to highlight several. Merge. And we're going to call this the 2021 NFL Playoffs. And make it look pretty, guys. You know, center it. We're going to bold it. We're going to put it here in the center so it's not on the bottom. And then, of course, you can make the font real pretty and change the colors and all that. Now, I was going to have you all put an image in the very background of it all, but we're just going to keep it plain Jane for now. I may add some, you know, depending, like if everybody finishes this in one day, well, then I'll add more to it, like the AFC logo and NFC logo, and maybe you have to write Kansas City Chiefs and put the helmet. But for now, we're just going to try to keep it as simple as possible because I know, 1, we're in a pandemic, and 2, some of y'all might not be that familiar with the NFL as it is. So let's go ahead and try that out, guys. Let's try that out. Let's do our best. Let's figure this out. We're working together. Tomorrow we have our exam. So this is the assignment you're going to be doing today, Thursday, and Friday. And then if you finish on Friday, you don't have any homework. You have the weekend to yourself. This will be the first grade for next semester. So I'll go ahead and stop recording here and answer any questions anybody might have.